today we're going to do some stenciling. So we've got these little stencils here. We've got this one as well. I mean, you could make your own stencil, and we might even look at doing some laser cutting at school for some stencils. But what I've done, they've got some adhesive on the back, so they're sticky. I've just peeled them off and I've stuck them onto my fabric. Now, if you were doing this on the front of your bag, you might choose some designs that work together, or you might create your own stencil that you could paint onto your bag. So I've also got some fabric paints here. Okay, I'm going to choose a couple of different colors to put onto my rainbow. So you need to be really careful when you use this, and at school you'll have a paint palette. I'm just going to dip my brush in some water. And then I'm just going to use what's in the lid first, so I don't waste any. And then I'm very carefully going to paint onto my fabric. Now you need to be really careful that you don't move your stencil, because otherwise you'll end up with lines everywhere. Now I'm just going to wash my paintbrush, and I'm going to do a different color. Again, you could do this all one color if you wanted to. Doesn't matter if it mixes together. You get a really nice effect when it comes out. Okay, so I've got some yellow, I've got my pink, and then I might do a blue to finish off my rainbow. Now you can only use fabric paint for this as well, guys, so you need to make sure that it is fabric paint before you start this process, otherwise it will just wash out. Okay, so once you've got your stencil done, you can carefully peel it off, and you'll notice that my paintbrush was a little bit too wet for that, so it's always good to do your samples first, just to know what consistency for your paintbrush you need. Now, if I try again for my leaf, I'm just going to dry my paintbrush a little bit, so make sure that you've got a towel close to you. And I'm going to go with my pink again. And we'll see how this one works. So guys, when you are doing your samples, I know it can be a little bit tedious, but as you can see, there is a reason that we do samples before we put them onto our final product. We always need to make sure that we figure out what works best. And that might not always be the way that you think it is. Okay. Now again, I think if you put too much paint onto your paintbrush, it is going to bleed out again. So you've just got to be really careful. Okay, so that's done. We'll peel this one off and see how it went. Okay, so we've got our two samples there. We've got our rainbow, and we also have got our little leaf. Guys, it's really important when you have your stencils and you're finished with them, the same as when you have like your block stamps, it's really important that you do give these a thorough wash, just so that they're ready for the person after you. So I'm just going to dip them in some water, and I'm going to use my hands to make sure that I get all of that paint off. Now, it might be you that's using these next time, and you don't want them to be all painted for when you want to use them.